Hey YouTube yoga friends, whether you're new around here or you've been here before, I am very happy to have you with me. So today we're going to be strengthening our entire upper body. So the wrists, the arms, the shoulders, the core, the back. There can be areas that are a bit more tricky to strengthen, that it's maybe a bit more challenging, but we're in this together, we can do this. So as always, just listen to your body, take it to wherever you need to go today. We're going to begin in a tabletop position, so spreading through the fingers, planting the hands at shoulder width distance apart, finding a nice long line from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone, stacking the hips over the knees, ankles in line with the knees, lifting up through the core, so we're not sagging like this and we're not rounding like this, we're finding the perfect middle ground of engagement and relaxation. Start to connect to your breath here in this position, feeling the belly filling up with air, rising towards the ground as you inhale, and feel it rising back up towards the sky as you exhale. Start to take deeper breaths in and out through the nose, trying to make the inhales and exhales a similar length, and trying to make each breath a little bit smoother, deeper, longer and slower than the breath that came before it. And while we're here, let's set an intention for our practice. So, do you want to be kind to yourself today? Do you want to challenge yourself today? Are you committed to working your way through any frustrations that you may feel in this practice? Just take a moment. As you're ready, we'll inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, exhale, round through the spine. Fill the lungs with air as you send the hips and the chest up towards the sky. And release the air as you draw the chin into the chest, hips towards the chin. Deep breath in, lift, drop the belly, but keep the core engaged. And deep breath out, round through the entire spine. Take 3 more, moving at the pace of your own breath. And then come back to a neutral flat back position. Inhale, sweep the right arm up to the sky, then windmill that arm round in a big circle towards the back of the mat, then thread it through under the left arm, keeping that shoulder hovering off the mat. Inhale, sweep it up, windmill it all the way around, feel that stretch in the chest and the shoulders. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, take that big circle, that feels so nice in my chest and shoulders. Exhale, thread it through. One more time, inhale, lift, windmill that arm, open through the chest. Now exhale, thread it through, come down onto the right ear and the right shoulder. Maybe using that left hand to take yourself a little bit deeper into the twist. Or you might inhale to reach the left arm up to the sky, then circle it around and thread the left hand around towards the right hip. Maybe you reach for the right inner thigh, really opening through the left side of the chest now. Inhale, sweep that arm up to the sky, bring the left hand back down, sweep the right arm up, take another big circle, then place that right hand down. Inhale, sweep the left arm up, take that big circle, thread it through and hover. Inhale, take that circle, open through the chest, thread it through as you breathe out. Deep breath in, take that big circle, take it underneath. Last time, biggest breath yet, open through the chest And then release that breath as you come down to the left ear and the left shoulder, maybe keeping that right hand rooting into the earth, or sweeping it around, up and over, and hooking it around for the left inner thigh. 2 deep breaths here. Inhale, unravel, place both hands back down on the earth, and let's warm up through the wrists by rocking ourselves back and forwards. Taking the weight into the wrists, but taking it gently, listening to your body. If there's any pain, numbness, tingling, then you've taken it too far, just back out of the pose. Now turn the fingertips so they face towards the outside edges of the mat, and once again start rocking, but this time taking it from side to side. Now bring the fingertips to face towards you, wrist creases face the front edge of the mat, and once again we rock and roll. Now keep the fingertips facing towards you, but flip so the back of the hands are on the mat, palms of the hands face up towards the sky, and rock. For me this feels really nice, but for you this might feel really uncomfortable, so just listen to your body. You might only move a few centimetres back and forth each time. Now release the hands, come to sit on your heels, interlace the fingers and start to take the wrists in circles, going in one direction. Now swap the interlace of the fingers and take those circles in the other direction. Might feel weird trying to work out which way to go. Now turn the fingers, press the palms to press away from you, fingers are still interlaced. Reach the hands up above the sky, pressing the wrists up towards the ceiling, and then take a stretch over to the left hand side, opening through the right side of the body. Inhale, come back through centre. Exhale, stretch over to the other side, sending that breath into the side of the body as you stretch open. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to interlace behind the lower back this time, then drop the fists down towards the earth as you puff the chest up towards the sky. Amazing opening through the chest and shoulders here as we warm up the entire upper body. Unwind, inhale, reach those arms up. Exhale, plant those hands all the way at the top of the mat. Tuck under the toes, lift the knees and arrive in your plank, adjusting your alignment however you need to, so that your shoulders are stacking over your elbows, over your wrists, heels are drawing towards the back of the mat, and the gaze is down in between the fingertips. Once again, let's start to take some rocks here, bringing some life into the wrists, activating those arms. Now start to take some circles on the wrists, going in one direction and then switch directions. Now either staying in your plank pose or coming down onto the knees if that works for you. You're going to keep the fingers rooted into the mat and then lift the right wrist off the mat. Place it down, lift the left wrist. Back to the right, over to the left. So strengthening through the forearms here, through the wrists, through the shoulders. Try and keep your hips reasonably level so they're not totally veering off from one side to another. They might shift a little bit, but trying to keep them reasonably controlled as you lift one wrist at a time off the mat. Keep it going, 5 more on each side. And that's it, we're done. Once you've done your 5 more on each side, come back to your plank, then lift the hips up to the sky, drop the heels to the earth, landing in our downward facing dog. Deep breath in through the nose, And sigh out through the mouth. Inhale, rock your way back forward to plank. Exhale, take it back to downward facing dog. Inhale, round it forwards. Exhale, round it back. Inhale, forwards. Exhale, back. Now inhale, forwards. Exhale, back for the last time. Drop down onto the forearms now, landing in a dolphin pose. Hips reaching up to the sky, heels reaching in the direction of the earth, rooting down through all parts of the body that are connected to the mat. Now either one arm at a time or both together, you're going to press yourself back up into a downward facing dog. Whoop, and back down to dolphin. Dog, dolphin, dog, dolphin. If you're coming up one elbow at a time, then just try and alternate between them so that you're not always coming up at the same side first. Now we're going to add on a little bit, so this time we'll go dolphin, dog, dolphin, plank. Dog, dolphin, dog, plank. Dog, dolphin, dog, plank. Dog, dolphin, dog, plank. One more time. Dog, dolphin, dog, plank. Now hold your plank. Roll over onto the outside edge of the left foot. Root down through the left hand as you reach the right arm up towards the sky. Inhale here. Now take those windmills, reaching that arm in a big circle, then threading it through. Inhale, reach it up, spiral it around, thread it through. Inhale, reach, spiral, thread it through. One more time. Inhale, reach, spiral, thread it through. Now simply reach up, place that hand down, and we'll go over to the other side. Inhaling, reaching the left arm, spiraling it around, threading it through. Whoop. Inhale, reach, take a big circle, then reach it underneath, circle it around, thread it through. One more time, take that big circle, thread it through, and then lift, take it back into your plank, then drop down onto the forearms, coming into a forearm plank, adjusting your stance as necessary, finding a nice long line from the crown of the head out through the heels here, strengthening through the shoulders, the core. Connect to your breath if you lost it. Now lift the right toes to hover off the mat, then draw the right knee in towards the right armpit. Step it back, take it to the left. Step it back, right knee, back, left knee. Keep it going. Moving at your own pace. Keep the breath flowing. 5 more on each side. I'm coming up to my last one here, so just catch up with us, then we'll all meet back in a forearm plank. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then drop down onto the belly, landing in your Sphinx pose. Don't know about you guys, but my arms and my core are burning here. Lift up and out of your Sphinx, pressing the forearms and the elbows down into the mat, shining the chest forwards. Now slide the hands back so that they're in line with the ribs. Inhale, lift the chest even higher off the mat. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, undulate, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Now inhale, lift and stay lifted. Can you lift the hands to hover off the mat and stay nice and high, nice and lifted? And then another option is to lift the legs off the mat too. Hold here in your locust pose, strengthening the entire spine. Now maybe extend the arms forwards and then draw the elbows in towards the ribs. Reach them forwards, draw them back, and just keep flowing like this, bending and straightening the arms. If you're just chilling in your cobra pose, that's totally cool. Meeting yourself where you're at this moment. Reach those hands forwards, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now reach them behind. Palms are facing down towards the earth, arms are straight. Legs can be lifted or down on the mat. Can you reach the right hand to tap the back of the left knee? No, the right hand to tap the back of the right knee, sorry. Then the left to tap the left. Right to the right. Woo! Over to the left, to the right, to the left. One more on each side. Over to the right, to the left. Hold it up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then release. Whew. Maybe create a little pillow with your hands for your head to rest on. Take 3 deep breaths to recover. Slide those hands underneath the ribs if they're not already. Press up onto the knees and just take a moment in a child's pose here, giving the arms and the wrists a little break before we move on to our next little challenge. Rock back up onto the knees. Now you can do this from a plank position, but I'll invite you to do it from your knees, because if you do it from a plank, you will probably regret it. I don't think I would do it from a plank. So coming into a plank position, but then dropping down onto the knees. So finding the alignment in our plank, then dropping onto the knees, drawing the heels in towards the glutes. So we're in a plank from our knees. We're going to work through some chaturanga push-ups. So bending the elbows, keeping them close in towards the ribs as we lower the chest down towards the floor. And we want to be creating a right angle between our shoulder, our elbow and our wrist. So if you've got a mirror nearby, it would be useful to glance in that mirror as you do these to check your alignment. So as we're ready, we're going to work through 10. Once you've done your 10, press back into a narrow leg child's pose and take 3 deep breaths to recover. Come back up, rock yourself forward. We're going to go for 10 more. If you want to be absolutely badass and do it from a plank, you can. But I think my form would seriously suffer if I was doing it from a full plank. So taking your next 10 push-ups, going at your own pace. Once you've done your 10, coming back to child's pose. You can tell that's not easy for me because I literally cannot speak while I am doing that. I've got to just focus on my push-ups. Take a few breaths to recover. Okay, final set, 10 more, and that is it. Or you can just hang out in your child's pose if that is calling to you. If you can't make it through 10, absolutely no worries. Don't even know if I'm going to be able to make it through 10. We're just going to try as you're ready. One more for me. Wow, really didn't know if I was going to be able to make it there, guys. Whew. If you did your 10, if you didn't do your 10, no worries. Press yourself back into whatever version of child's pose is calling to you right now. Now we've found some strength in the arms, let's reward ourselves with a nice juicy stretch. I say reward, you don't have to earn your stretching, you can stretch whether you've worked hard or not, but anyway, we've definitely done the hard work, now it's time for the chilled stuff. So hips stacking over the knees, start to walk your hands forwards and land in a puppy pose, sinking the chest down towards the earth. You can come up onto the fingertips here to intensify the stretch, maybe just experiment with that option. Now place those hands on the mat, snake your way forwards onto your belly, then extend the right arm out to the right hand side, bend the left knee and drop that left leg up and over as you roll over to the right hand side, opening through the hips and through the shoulders here. You can experiment with the position of that right arm to find the most intense stretch, see where it feels best. Now roll back over onto your belly, keep the right leg straight and draw the left knee up towards the left armpit. So we're in a half frog kind of position with the left knee bent up. Lift up from the left arm and then thread the right arm underneath the left. Place the right hand on the left knee and then roll over onto your back, landing in a spinal twist here. If you got confused there, just come and meet us on your back with the right leg straight, the left leg bent and travelling across the body. Rooting the shoulders down into the earth and just softening, scanning the body for any tension. Unravel yourself, roll back through centre and we'll take it on the other side. So extending that left leg out to the left, rolling onto the left side, dropping the right knee up and over, left leg is straight, right toes reach up to the sky. Now come back to the centre, let that right knee carry on travelling up towards the right armpit, then thread the left arm underneath the right, place it on the right knee, and roll over onto your back, landing in a spinal twist. Gaze can be wherever is comfortable. Now this time you're just going to carry on, travelling onto your back, shuffle yourself if you wiggled off the mat, plant the hands on the floor, shimmy the shoulders together and tuck them underneath you, press into the heels and then lift the hips up towards the sky. And stretching through the quads, the belly, maybe through the chest. Make sure that the weight is on your arms and your shoulders here rather than on your head and neck. And keep the gaze straight up at the ceiling rather than moving the head from side to side. Just keep it nice and still. And then drop them hips down back onto the floor. Hug the knees into the chest, either reaching for opposite fingertips, wrists, forearms, elbows, giving yourself a big squeeze, and then rocking from side to side, or maybe rocking in circles, or maybe finding stillness if that is calling your name right now. And then unravel yourself, land in whichever version of Shavasana is calling to you today. Might be the traditional Shavasana, might be a Supta Baddha Konasana, might be a constructive rest pose. Wherever you are, let the upper body totally soften and surrender into the mat. I'll give you the option of placing one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly here. Doing that might help you connect to your breath and to your body as you feel the belly rising and falling as you breathe. Maybe you feel the heart beating. Feeling everything start to soften. Just taking a minute or two here in our relaxation, switching from that activation into relaxation, letting the benefits of our practice seep through the entire body. And return to the intention that you set at the start of the practice. Reflect on how you fulfilled that intention. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. There's no right or wrong answer. If you're struggling with this stillness, just remember that you deserve this time to rest. You deserve stillness. If you feel like staying in Shavasana for longer, then you are very, very welcome. In fact, I strongly encourage you to reach over and pop me on pause. Chill out for as long as you fancy. If you're ready to move on, find whatever movement is calling to you today before making your way slowly and gently up to a seated position. We'll finish our practice with a little mantra today. You can either repeat it with me out loud, you can say it in your head, or you can just listen to me. We'll say the following thing 3 times. I am strong and I am powerful. I am strong and I am powerful. I am strong and I am powerful. And I don't just mean that in your body, I mean it in your mind as well, in your behaviours, in your thoughts, in your actions. You can be strong and you can be powerful. You can open the eyes if they are closed. A huge thank you to you for sharing your practice with me today. So happy to have you here with me. I would be super duper duper grateful if you could like this video if you enjoyed it. It helps me know that I should make more like it in the future. You can also subscribe. Well, please subscribe so that we can practice together again, so that you never miss a class from me, and you can comment any suggestions, any thoughts, any requests. Maybe go follow me on Instagram. I'll leave a link below. Have a wonderful day.